technical difficulties. Please stand by. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
on in. Press the like button as you come on in. Come on. What up? Happy Saturday. The bar is open, ladies and gentlemen.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Happy Saturday. What's going on? Go get your SBK merch. Your boy's wearing purple today. Shout out to my big sis. It's just ETV. I'm wearing purple. Purple is the color of royalty, they say. Shout out to It's Just ETV. Go get your SBK merchandise. I got mugs. I'm representing. Happy Saturday. Come on in. Talk to your boy. Let's have some discussion. Let's have some bar-like discussion here. Grab your drink and grab your shorty and report to the bar. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, SBK. I'm gonna turn this music down just a tad. How are you today? Welcome. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me? Turn the music all the way down. I don't want nobody trolling me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Are we good? Are we straight? I'm trying to get my footing here so I won't knock down anything. Can y'all hear me all right? One, I see you, Joe. I see you. Y'all come on in and holler at your boy, man. I got the link pinned. I'm going to speak to everyone in the chat today. And come on in, the bar's open, man. This is a bar type setting. I got my jungle juice here. And we're gonna have some fun, you know what I mean? We always have fun at the bar, you know what I mean? We always have fun at the bar. We keep it grown, we keep it sexy, and we keep it interesting, you know what I mean? Today is December the 13th. We got a couple more weeks and this 2025 is going to be over with. You know what I mean? It's going to be over and done. So we're going to talk about that. As the title says, this year revealed everything. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about everything that has entailed 2025 and what we're going to look forward to in 2026, what we're leaving behind in 2025, what we've learned in 2025. Okay, I want to hear it. All right, let's get this party started quickly. Exactly, Janice. Let's get this party started off quickly, and let's talk about it. All right. So, without further ado, I'm going to salute the chat. And before I salute the chat, there is a poll question. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a poll question, and I want you guys to answer the poll question, and we'll be reading that poll question in just a few minutes, but I'll read it right now. What has this year taught you? This year has taught you what? Has it taught you peace more than being understood? You ignored the red flags too long? You outgrew people? Or you finally chose yourself? All right. So answer that poll question. And the link is pinned. You guys can come on up. But I'm going to salute the chat and speak to everybody. We got the real Brown Family Chronicles, a.k.a. Nesto Shuckles of Shame. Thank you, love, for coming through. Y'all go and subscribe to the real Brown Family Chronicles. Wonderful lady, wonderful content creator. Y'all go and subscribe to her. Thank you for coming in, love. Thank you. We got the lovely Thriving Glow with Joe. You heard what she said. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, hit that like button on your way in. Be sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed, and share and show your boy some love. You know what I mean? Show your boy some love. And thank you to my business partner, my bestie, Thrive and Glow with Joe. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. We got the lovely Candy Cane. Thank you for coming through, Miss Candy Cane Lane. Wonderful content creator. Moderators, if you would put Miss Candy Cane Lane, her channel, if you can subscribe. Wonderful content creator. I'm trying to get her up on here one of these days so we can have a conversation. Maybe we can get an interview, Candy Cane. Wonderful content creator. Y'all go and subscribe, and y'all go and subscribe and say, hey, SBK sent me your way. All right. We got the lovely Janice Creole 12 is in the house. Thank you so much, love, for coming through. Thank you. We got Lisa J. Stocks is in the house. Salute to you, love. Thank you for coming through. Go and subscribe to Lisa J. Stocks. Go and subscribe to Thriving Glow with Joe. All right. Wonderful content creators. You want some real content to learn something from, be inspirational, get some inspiration from, you go and subscribe to Lisa J. Stocks and go and subscribe up to Thriving Glow with Joe. We got the lovely Gisela in the house. Hey, Gisela. Gisela's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Heather. How you doing, love? Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Scorpio Mama. There go my Scorpio Mama. She's in the house. Hey, love. Go subscribe up to Scorpio Mama. If you would, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all put y'all's links in the chat. We got Miss Fancy is in the house. I said what I said is in the house. Go and subscribe to Miss Fancy, a.k.a. I said what I said. And wonderful content creator. And I cannot say enough about Miss Fancy. Great content creator. We got the Bay Area baby in the house. DR is in the house. How are you? My bro CKJ is in the house. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Salute. Jen J is in the house. What's going on, Jen J? How are you? Who else we got up in here? Am I missing anybody? I think we got a troll up in here. Y'all can get that troll up out of here. But anyways, and all you Bushwick watchers, as my big sis says, Bushwick watchers, shout out to y'all. All the weirdos that's looking in the bushes, shout out to y'all. All the haters that's looking and lurking in the bushes, shout out and salute to y'all. Because without haters, there wouldn't be any players, right? So yes. So with that being said, man, look, I forgot to turn on Nightbot is on. So I got a goal in the chat. You know, I always like to give back. I like to give back to everybody because without y'all, there wouldn't be a me. You know what I'm saying? I like to give away. You know what I mean? I like whatever y'all give me as a gift, I like to give it right back. So I have a goal in the chat. And so if we can hit those goals, here's what I plan on doing tonight. All right. I want to do 3 sessions of giveaways. There's 5. There's 5. In order to hit the goal, you have to, there's 2 chat of 5, right? So I want to do 3 giveaways. I want to give a giveaway to the moderators. I want to give a giveaway to the members, and I want to give a giveaway to all the viewers, any viewer. All right, anybody's a viewer. So the first giveaway that I'm going to do, if we hit this goal, I'm going to give it away to my moderators, to any moderator that's active. I want to gift you guys with a gift. All right. So if we hit those goals, whatever, I want a 3-part, giveaway. So we got an hour to do that. So if we get to those giveaways, I'm going to take a shot of my jungle juice here. Jungle up. Hey, Oreo. Who sings that song, ladies and gentlemen? Are y'all too young to know who sings that song? I got some jungle juice here. I'll take a shot and then I'll do a giveaway. But we hit this goal right here that I have. I'm gonna do a giveaway to all the moderators, to the moderator that is active, to the moderator that's active. You know what I mean? Whoever Nightbot chooses as a moderator that's been active in the chat will get it. All right. So with that being said, my bro Kevin Corpin is in the house. Salute to you, bro. Salute, 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 salute to you, bro. Salute. So y'all, the link is pinned, but we're gonna talk about what we've learned this year. This year's been an interesting year. I want to say shout out to Disrupt and Discuss. I want to shout out to my big sis and the fam Casey and Disrupt and Discuss. They gave me some. They were talking about what they've learned from each other on their podcast. They have the podcast Disrupt Discuss, and they were celebrating a year of doing their content together, right? And they're looking back in retrospect of what they've learned by being a content creator, what they've learned from each other. They've known each other for a long amount of time, right? And so they've learned this content thing, and they doing really well for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But we all can learn something from 2025, right? We all can learn something. I know I have learned some things. You know what I'm saying? I know I have basically through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? I've learned some lessons along the way, right? So I've had to leave some people behind. I've had to and I've discussed this before on here, that I've had to protect my peace. I've had to protect my sanity. As a man, I'm a leader. Not only am I the leader of my household, but I'm a leader of my business. Whether it's, the business that I have out and abroad, which I have several of those, but my business here on YouTube. I treat this like a business, all right? It is my business, And so you're always going to have negativity. You're always going to have people that are going to throw salt in the game. You're going to have negative people that are going to just constantly be in your ear and put negativity in your thoughts and in your progress. But with that being said, you have to learn to navigate through all that and learn what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So that poll question, I want you guys to answer that poll question. And the poll question, I'm going to read that again, all right? This year has taught you what? All right? This year has taught you what? Has it taught you peace is worth more than being understood? Has it taught you that you've ignored red flags too long? Have you outgrew people? Or you finally chose yourself? So y'all come up. The link is pinned. But I will tell you that all of these right here, peace, being worth more than being understood, ignoring red flags, outgrowing people, choosing yourself, all of these are great things. You guys, the chat is lit, ladies and gentlemen. The chat is lit. I'm gonna read some of y'all's comments here. Janice says, yes, had to release the toxic relationships with friends and family. If you refuse to change your toxic mindset, I can't be around that, and that's what I have control over, my sanity. Very, very good. Very good. Scorpio, she says, taught her not to give up, and that's what we're gonna get into all that. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. This is the bar. My motto is your voice matters here. All right. Man, we got some haters up in here, man. Thank you for saying I look dusty. I appreciate it. Thank you for the view. But if you're gonna troll, at least hit the whatchamacallit, hit the super chat. But look, I've chosen peace over conflict. Hey, Tricia, I can't do. My hands are too. I know you always throw up the heart sign, but is that my hands are too fat and too big? But I know that's your trademark. But thank you for coming through. Yeah, Dr. We got some trolls. There's some trolls. There's some trolls in here. You said your boy is dusty. But yeah, moderators, y'all get up on it, man. Y'all boot them up out of here. Unless you hit the super chat, you know what I'm saying? Give them a minute to hit the super chat, and if they don't, then you just boot them up out of here. But anyways, I've had to choose peace over conflict. All right, I've had to choose peace over conflict. I've had to. I've ignored red flags. I've outgrew some people, most definitely, and this year I have chose myself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just like Janice was saying, negative people are always going to be there. They're always going to be there. Whether in real everyday life or online, right? And I'm one of those guys that I can take so much. If you're a hater, I can recognize that you're a hater, but I can look over it. I can look over it for a brief amount of time and see that you are a jealous, no good hater, right? But then those around me, those that love me, and those that see that, they think that I'm, letting that go, but I'm keeping a mental note, because you let people hang themselves, right? You let people hang themselves, and then all of a sudden they will eventually, they'll be, they turn out to be snakes. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, they're serious. How are you, love? Thank you for coming through. Thank you. So, with that being said, growth only comes by learning from what you have experienced, whether good or bad. Fortunately, I have learned that I have grown more because of conflict, because of issues, because of people who are haters, because of personal issues. What do I mean by that? Personal issues. I mean, everybody has bills to pay. Everybody has cheering to raise, in the midst of you going out and working and dealing with a bunch of nonsense out on your, as I said what I said, my black job, my black job, you know what I mean? You're going to experience a lot of nonsense from people, make you just want to wring somebody's neck, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I have learned through conflict, I have learned and I have been better because of conflict. You know what I mean? Once you celebrate a victory, if you have a victory in your life, you best believe that once you have a victory, or once you celebrate an accomplishment, right around the corner, there's going to be conflict. Right around the corner, because you can't just celebrate, because you're going to have to brace yourself for impact, because of that, you're going to have conflict. Chat is trying to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. Janine says, what's crazy is some think being quiet is being gullible. Far from it. Had to learn to fight the right battle. You're a preacher right now, Janice. Those around me know that I let a lot of stuff go. You know what I mean? I've let people say slick stuff. I've let people do slick stuff behind the scenes. And I've been, I've been told, hey man, SBK, why are you letting that go? Why are you letting her say that? Why are you letting him do that? Look, man, you don't have to strike. just strike automatic. You don't. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is when you open your mouth, you insert your foot. These people open their mouth, and as my mama used to say, you let your mouth overload your ass, right? Old saying. And the thing about it is people make asses out of themselves, and you don't really have to say anything, because once they open their mouth and you see the hate, and you see the hate, and you see all of the venom that they're spitting out, right? They're exposing themselves. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you don't have to, just because you're quiet does not mean you're gullible. Just because you're quiet does not mean that you're weak. It just means that I'm watching this mofo, and I ain't got to say nothing, because I'm living above the fray. I don't have to say anything to this mofo. Now, it gets to the point to where it's disrespectful, to the point to where you know your limit, to where you have to say something, and something that needs to be said is necessary. But as long as a Mickey Ficky is not talking about my kids, or not touching my kids, or not touching my loved ones, whatever, then you can breathe. You know what I mean? But as far as me is concerned, you hating on me, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just don't attack my loved ones. Just don't attack my loved ones and those that I care about. You know what I mean? That's when, as Vaughn says, I'm a grizzly in teddy bear's clothing. That's when the grizzly comes out. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary. Try not. The chat is lit, and I got a very well-known content creator in the back. But look here, y'all get the poll question. I got another person in the background. Y'all, the poll question is there. I'm trying not to. Oh man, my brother, Derek. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for that 50 piece. I appreciate you. One love. You know what time it is. That's my brother, family. Thank you for that donation. One love to you, bro. That's my bro. Shout out to my bro, Derek. Shout out to you, bro. One love to you. I appreciate you. Shout out to the algorithm, the Purple Heart Podcast. Shout out to you. Shout out. Trying not to miss anybody's comments. Yep, your tongue auto check that your ass can't catch. Sit. So I'm gonna bring some people are already coming up. So without further ado, the link is pinned, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. And we have first. What it do? And what it do, Jen J? What it do, big sis?
Hey. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, Jen J.
Jen J, you still there, love? You there? I heard you just a little bit.
Testing.
Hold on. I had the little echo.
Okay, I can hear you.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Now, I'm glad you guys came up. Trying not to miss any. Again, thank you, Derek, for the generous super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. You know that. You know what time it is. Sis, one of the reasons why I did this, Jen J chat, again, I will reiterate. DR says, E, let me come into your background. That's a fire background you do got there.
Thank you.
That's enough for a drink. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I said what I said. That 50 piece deserves a shot. So I'm just taking it straight to the dome. And now, sis knows that this whole bottle can be drank, and I ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Not a damn thing. I've drank 2 bottles. there's another cemetery of a bottle right there that I did. I drink all this, nothing that happened to me, nothing at all. So,
Nothing.
but anyways, so oh, we got another well-known young lady that's coming up. What's going on?
Hey.
So Jen J, Joe, good to see you, bestie. Big sis.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
We're reflecting on the year that we had in 2025, and I had this type of live in mind to do, but then it solidified things whenever I heard you, E, and KC on Disrupt and Discuss. You guys, this is your first year. You're celebrating for your podcast, and you guys were given some wonderful things in that chat. I know you probably think I'm BSing, but every time you guys do a live, or every time that Bestie Joe does a live, I learn something, and I'm inspired. I learned something that I did not know from you guys, and from Joe, I learned something as far as inspirational things that she doesn't even know. I don't even tell her, you know what I'm saying? I just, I do tell her she does a good job, but the things that she's talking about, whether it resonates with me because I of course I know her personally, but it hits harder whenever when you work next to you guys, you know what I'm saying, and you see your growth, and I've been in the fire with y'all, you know what I'm saying, and I've learned, to be a better man, to be a better businessman, to be father, all the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying. So you guys can chime in whenever you want to, whenever you just chime in. Yeah.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
we
hear you
can.
really good.
I just can't hear myself, so I'm kind of struggling here. But I respect that, and like I told you, I appreciate that with regards to you saying that. But even with myself, me and you and Tap In, we have, even though we haven't had a segment like that, but it's been almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. Be 3 years, what? March, April, I think. So to have these look backs and kind of like reflect, I thought was a good idea, because it's always good to look at where you came from, where you are, and where you would like to go.
Yep.
And I always like to be consistent with that. I try to be consistent with that in my life. And I thought, why not bring this here? You know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Bay Area, baby. For the bush.
Hurry.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you fine. But yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to bring it and just reflect back on, our first year at D&D. And that's something that I try to do. I do every year. It's just a consistent thing. And then just wanted to bring it here, not to say that people don't do it, but to give you ideas on, how to do that. Because it kind of helps you. For me, it helps to ground me. It helps me to look at things, organize things in my life, and also with, what we're doing here. So I like to bring stuff that can, cross over into content. So that was the reason behind it. And I appreciate that, you have taken it and that we're going to talk about it today.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. We'll dive deeper into that. You know what I mean? Jen J, you came up behind sis. I know you got something on it. I love, Jen J be preaching, y'all. She be preaching. So Jen J, what you got on it?
Yeah, thank you for having me up here. I wanted to, in essence of the question that you had asked, I wanted to share something that I think would be serve as inspiration and also a cautionary tale. And in a small way, it involves Joe's channel in a very small way, but I wanted to share it. I work with like recruiting and scouting for football players, baseball players, and we are constantly emphasizing that you need to be mindful of your social media presence. But let me take it a step further. Your family needs to be mindful of their social media presence.
Yeah.
And this came up. This came up in the person was not very nice about it, but it needed to be said. In so many words, he said, "We're not offering your son a scholarship here because of you." He was speaking of the person's father. This kid is talented. We've seen him on film. We've had a guy go out there before like the dead period when they were able to go out on visits. But your father's social media presence is not something we want to be associated with. So I say that the way this ties into Joe is because we were in kind of like not like a boardroom style meeting, but in just we're all sitting around talking, and we brought up different channels as examples. And Joe's was a channel that I brought up. And the reason we brought up certain channels was because on any given day, we're able to pull an IG post, a tweet, a YouTube video, and she's not on there talking about F them kids and you can kiss my, none of that stuff was on Joe's channel. And so the fact that your channel, I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm on social media all the time consuming content. But I wanted to tell you that personally, that when in a situation where you have nothing to do with it, you don't know that this conversation's happening miles and miles away from you in a totally different setting, and your name pops up as, what channel can I think of where any given day, if she's live and I come in, she's not, I don't even know if you have kids, but she's not disrespecting her family. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you that personally, how your name came up in a totally different situation.
So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you that personally. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you mentioning it. And I'm saying that because I've said it on my channel. One of the purposes for my content, I consider it my testimony or my ministry. And one of the reasons I want to do it is because when I'm no longer around, I want my children to have something that they can come back and look at. Because once upon a time, we have memories of our elders, we have memories of our ancestors, we have memories, and we have things to take on with us, right? But we've discussed a lot of times where this generation is really not it's not like when we were being brought up at all. We some of us, yes, a lot of us have had, we've always had seeds planted in us, right? But not all of us nowadays, this generation is not being brought up the way we were, right? And because it is a different day and age, we get that. But I want what I put out, I want it to go on beyond me. And that's my purpose. So I truly, honestly, I truly love that you mentioned that to me, because it confirms for me that I'm doing, and because I've always said, even if I'm able to touch one person, I'm doing what I set out to do. But I appreciate you sharing that, because that confirms for me that what I'm set out to do, I'm doing. And I'm doing at least for one person that I know of, So I appreciate that, Jen. I really do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I just wanted to share that please, parents out there, your social media presence matters just as much as your children's. Please be mindful, because you could be altering in a negative way. You could be altering your child's destiny with the things that you are putting online. And I'm privy enough to sit in a room, and you all have your own, occupations and stuff. I just happen to be privy enough to sit in a room where someone was honest enough to say, "You see how his dad acts on such and such? Huh, we don't want that kid at our school." Because you can put on a nice suit, you can put on during an interview and act, but I see what fruit you came. I see what tree you come from, so I know you ain't shit. We don't want a kid like that here. We're just gonna waste our money. He's gonna be lazy. He's gonna be a problem. We're not wasting our money on a kid like that. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That's really good.
That is a great insight, because
That's all I wanted to say.
that right there is inspirational, because first of all, like you said, you never know who is watching you. You never know who you're influenced by, or who you're influencing. And that is the reason why I don't I did not realize that YouTube was you always thought I don't have a Facebook account to this day, because I when it first came out, everybody knows, you've seen people, family members, friends, whenever they get into it with each other, they air out their dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? They make complete donkeys out of themselves. And it's just uncouth sometimes. But then whenever I got on here on YouTube, I didn't realize it's the same thing. I thought YouTube was, hey man, look up how to do this, listen to some music, so forth, pull up a video, pull up a clip, you know what I mean? But YouTube is also another social media outlet, and that people use to, attack people and make donkeys out of themselves in a lot of ways. And I like what you said, sis. Being a content creator is hard work, but you can tell a content creator by how they work, and you have to work hard being a content creator. Anybody can put up crap, you know what I mean? They can put up a bunch of nonsense, but when you put thought into content, you know what I mean? It separates you from the rest, and also it separates your whole lifestyle from the rest of others. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you chime in, sis, but I'm gonna do this giveaway, and we're gonna let this giveaway is for the moderators, for whoever moderator that Nightbot chooses. All right. And with that being said, we're gonna choose, and let's see. I'm gonna choose a winner, and the winner is I said what I said. I said what I said.
Her boyfriend love her again.
I said what I said. Won. She won, ladies and gentlemen. She won. So I said what I said. Got for the win. She's like, man, Nightbot is prejudiced, and my daddy would say prejudiced toward me. So look, we got another goal or whatever, and so the next one is going to be 2 members. It's going to be 2 members. So I said what I said. Got a Cash App giveaway. I got your information, Queen. So the next giveaway is going to be for the members. All right, so y'all hit that goal. All right, y'all go ahead and so we can, so I can bless y'all. So, but anyway, sis, I like what you said, and y'all can chime in. Jen J, Joe, you chime in. But since you was talking about hard work and how it takes hard work to be a content creator, you guys were, you guys known each other. Casey. Like I said, that was very inspirational. A very inspirational segment. But then when it came to you and I, we were forged by fire, and we were forged by fire. You care to go ahead and elaborate? Now, a lot of you guys don't know our story. I'm gonna let sis explain her meaning of us being forged by fire. Because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we've only been doing this we've done this for a number of years, but it's not like I've known sis for like 25, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, sis. I'll let you take it away.
No, we didn't know each other at all before 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So when SBK and I met, we met in a chat on one of these, something similar to this. There was a live going on, and I think you were in the same live I was, but the live stopped and they're like, okay, it's gonna be like an after theme on this person's channel. Y'all go over here. And so I went there. The person that was talking seemed to know what they were talking about, right? This is my first time meeting these people, listening to these people, and we ended up getting on their panel and having a conversation. I think you were up there first. I came up shortly after. And I forgot what the conversation was about, but we were talking about, probably with this person, it was probably some type of, activist, power to the people type of thing, right? If I can remember correctly. And so I said what I had to say. He was talking, we were vibing. Next thing I know, this person kind of took a liking to us both. He knew him before I knew him. So this is my first time ever going in there, and ended up coming back a couple of times, and then coming back up on the panel. We all got comfortable with each other. And then this person said, hey, kind of think, you guys would be good, together, doing something together. I would like for you guys to kind of like consider it. We ended up considering it, came up there, did a show. We came up with a name for it. It aired on that person's channel. We started doing things together, but really we didn't know each other. It was just, he talked, I got a vibe from him. He got a vibe from me. We were vibing for a few nights.
We were not cammed up, ladies. We weren't cammed up.
We weren't cammed up. We weren't cammed up at the time. And so before we even did the show together, SBK and I kind of like had some chats on the back end, just to, see who he was, because I don't know him. He sounded good. He sounded professional, y'all. I was like, okay, you look good on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all know, his avatar, So I'm like trying to get to know him. We exchanged IG. So then I got to see who he really looked like. And I was like, okay, this brother looks like the dang avatar. He's a big brother for real. I think I called you Black Hope then. I was like, he Black Hope. And we just started, we created the show. And so we did the show, we did a few shows, people were liking us, but then as people were liking us, the people that we were with, some started not liking us. Some started taking personal jabs at us, taking jabs at SBK, talking about his workout regimen and, how he does things. For me, they were taking jabs at Was I really the person that I said I was? They were trying to say that I was someone else, someone that they knew prior to, but they left for some reason, and somehow I'm the person. She just came back as me, and I'm that girl. All kinds of crazy stuff. Then telling him not to mess with me, then them trying to, get rid of me for some reason. It was just a whole bunch of craziness, right? And so we took the high road. SBK took the high road. When I say SBK is he's a man of integrity, I truly mean it, because the way he handled it, I wouldn't have handled it that way. He actually took in consideration and said, hey, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Not liking I'm seeing what they're saying about you. I don't like the digs that they're taking at me. I'm about to bow out. And I just want to let you know, I'm finna send this. He sent me the email. I read it. I was like, that's respectable. That's honorable. Sent the email to the brother. He showed me the response back. Brother didn't have no smoke at all. Next day, or that day, that night, he gets up on his panel. He got all smoke. We punk sissies. We traitors. We ain't got no skin in the game. We ain't about that life. We fake. We this, we that. Literally. But that's not what he said in the email, right? Totally. Oh yeah, I got you. No, you can always, no problem. I get you. This is what's going on, but I understand. I respect it. He get up on his panel and we all kind of, everything but a child of God. And so we decided to walk away. So he walked away, left that name, came up with our own name, and then we became Tap In. And when he says Forged in Fire, when I say Forged in Fire, that's what I mean. Because it was more of we could have just not did anything and left and just said, you know what? I'm going to continue to be my own content creator and do what I'm doing and not just it's just ETV. SBK didn't even know if he really wanted to do this, full time. Believe it or not. This man right here didn't know if he wanted to do this full time. It took him forever to put his channel together. Can y'all believe it? But it did. And we could have just separated and said, it didn't work. He started to quit. He started to quit. And I was like, nah, we gotta, this was a big FU. This was a big FU to those people who, who we left. And that's how we came up with Tap In. Tap In just came as we're not gonna let them say and do what they did. We're not gonna come at them. We're not gonna go back and forth. There will be no beefing, but we can show you better than we can tell you. And that's how Tap In came about. That's how we were Forged in Fire. And it's been almost 3 years now. And I got Joe out of it. Because Joe wasn't even on here. Joe was on IG. So we got Joe out of it. So it's just it was interesting, but that was our introduction to how things can go wrong, how you can pick the wrong people, not really understand, where people came from. So I learned to definitely do my homework better, right? Definitely understand people's history on here, because as people portray themselves, when you first meet them, they may have a past history on here. And I didn't know that. I didn't know to the extent of. And so that taught me that not to just, people may sound good. It sounds good. It sounds good. But in real life, that mess wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all.
Yeah, we got Joe out of it.
We got Joe out of it. for sure. And we got TCAT. We can't even forget TCAT. You know, TCAT put a lot together for us, helped us create the brand of Tap In, you know, everything, you know, our thumbnails, our banners, all that stuff, the avatars when we were using them. TCAT created Tap In. She helped create the Tap In brand. So definitely we got TCAT as well from that.
Shout out to
can't leave Pillow Princess out at all.
Shout out to TCAT. Shout out to her.
Shout out.
I want to again. I want to say, Jen J, I'm glad you brought that out. As far as like, you never know who's watching, because of if I did not have the mindset of what you were just talking about, Jen J, as far as like being who I am and being, I guess, the years of me being a leader and knowing how to treat people and treating things, everything that I do, I look at it in a business aspect. Everything that I do, the way that I talk to people, the way I treat people, the way that I look at certain situations, the way you were talking about, Jen J, you never know who's going to look at you. That's the reason why, you know, Sis and I, you know, Joe as well, we say, hey, if anybody wants to do business with us and whatnot, you know, serious inquiries are, you know, we're available, you know what I mean? Because we're not on here making donkeys out of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad you brought that out, because there are so many people that they are squandering opportunities, and because they're squandering opportunities, they don't realize how they squandered them, you know, by being donkeys, by being, you know, just doing clown behavior, you know what I'm saying? And so I refuse to do that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So I constantly, and I'm going to mention you guys again, Joe and Eve. You guys are always talking about whether it's behind the scenes or on camera. You guys are always talking to me, or indirectly, y'all are talking on your respective channels about business, about how to conduct yourselves business-wise. So, with that being said, what I have done personally in 2025, because of my mindset and because I've had people around me to inspire me, I feel like 2025 has been the most successful for me business-wise. Personally, it's been the most successful for me because of the different business ventures that I've gone out to do. And whether it's YouTube, well, YouTube has paid off, of course, but personally, I've learned how to conduct myself and how to, and I'm a hustler, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a legal hustler, seriously. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna outwork me, and nobody. I'm gonna put the camera on me. I'm being serious. Where we at? Where's the thing at? Oh, yeah, my bad, sis. Go ahead. I'm gonna put this. Go ahead, sis. Look here. Ain't nobody gonna outwork me. Nobody. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna outwork SBK. I don't care what you got going on, because there's a dog in me. I'm a dog. I'm a mutt. Take your time. Look, there's a dog, and I'm so passionate about whatever I do. Whatever I do, it's going to be driven with passion. It's going to be driven with determination, and you're not going to outdo me. You know what I mean? If I have a task in front of me, it's going to get done, either by hook or by crook. It's going to be done. So you're not going to outwork me in anything. Nobody's going to outwork me. Now, you might have more talent than I have. You might have more personality than I have. But when it comes to being on the grind and doing what I have to do to either make ends meet or if there's a goal set in front of me, you're not going to outwork SBK. That's all it is to it. Because whenever anything is set before me, and especially if you tell me if I can't do it, or especially if you challenge me, it's not going to happen. So you're not going to outwork me, and you're not going to outdo me. That's all it's to it. So I've learned that in 2025. You know what I mean? So y'all can chime in.
Oh, I wanted to say something to Jen J because she said something very profound, which we've talked about on here, I believe, Tap In, with regards to, we've had a whole like town hall dang near on how people conduct themselves on here and how it affects people. And I'm glad that Jen J put it in that perspective, because a lot of people don't care about themselves, but they care about their children, right?
Yep.
And the fact that she prefaced it to, you know, this young man getting into a collegiate university and having an opportunity made a difference, you know, by his father or their parents. The way they conduct themselves online pretty much hindered this young man's opportunities. But we've talked about this before, and I've talked about it because I come from HR, and I also come from the talent acquisition part of it, which is recruiting and headhunting, but for businesses. And I say it all the time, we look at your social media. Most HR and recruiting look at your social media. And so I've learned that, and that's why I have two different types of social media. And not to say that I'm on here being reckless, but I have my professional social media, I have my personal social media, and then I have my content social media for this very reason, because I know how companies go and look at things. And they want to know. They want to know who they're dealing with, especially when it comes to, you know, your representation. I know people say, I don't care, but you are representing the organization that you work for. You know, so when you go out into the world, that's how people have lost jobs, by acting crazy on their day off. But then you get someone records you. And everybody now is very smart. They know how to use Google Image, find you, find your social media, find where you work, find where you live, and send stuff to your company. And people have lost jobs for acting crazy, acting reckless out here in the streets and on this here internet. And so it really does. These things, this is the new era. This is how things go. And you, even though you feel that you can act a certain way and conduct yourself a certain way outside of here, outside of your job, outside of, you know, your church, you really can't, because you don't know who's watching. So I'm thankful that Jen J did come up here and give that example.
Jen J, you got something else? I know you got something else cooking and brewing. We're doing all this. I know, but I am very grateful that you came up here and shared that, because I wish there was a bullhorn so people can hear your whole soliloquy. You know what I mean? And for YouTube, because so many people on YouTube are crashing out. They're crashing out, and they're crashing out. But then again, they got so much talent. They have so much to give. But yet again, like I said, they're squandering it, or they're squandering their loved ones, their kids' opportunities, because they're acting like donkeys. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Yeah, no, you guys nailed it. If you don't have to necessarily be in the sports space to know that there's a lot of money in sports, whether it's legally or not, or gambling or not, or funding that's going to certain schools. It's a big deal to be offered a scholarship at all. It's a big deal for someone to associate their company with you, their car dealership, their, bakery, the local guy that sells car parts. So they're going to take a moment and assess the situation. And I'm just talking about it's don't get me started with the Michigan logo. That's a whole different story. I'm just talking about regular old junior colleges, maybe some Division III. I'm not even talking about big name schools. They still have a reputation to protect, and they still take those things into consideration. So that's great. You've got all these touchdowns and, I'm really fast and I'm the best player on the team. But your mama online acting a fool. Like, that's not cool. We putting money behind you. Money. It's not just like an olive branch. These schools are putting money behind these kids, and they're going to take that seriously. Everybody's not a big name school where they just have all this money to throw around. So it's a very serious thing to offer someone something. They're going to take time to look into it. I wanted to hop on the panel here because the conversation was kind of like reflecting, and the question you put up there, one of the answers was something along the lines of like, I outgrew stuff, and that's the one I picked. It wasn't intentional. It's just the way I've been moving this year. People just naturally fell off. Your behaviors change. You start naturally losing people that don't have your best interest, or simply not going in the same direction as you. And it's no harm, no foul. There's no falling out. It's, hey, I'm moving a little differently. Get with it or get gone.
Facts.
So that's the one I chose because it happened naturally. I didn't go out with the intention of, I'm not going to talk to this person no more. I'm not going to engage with this. I just started doing things differently. And before I knew it, I was like, oh, wait, I haven't heard from that person in a while. Or, oh, I left them on red. I haven't spoken to that person since February. Oh. And It's been that.
Yep. I chose that answer too, Jen J. This year has, like I said, been a, I don't want to get into, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. That's not the point of me talking about this right now. It's just the point of the matter that this year, monetarily wise, has been a great year. I've been blessed. And because it's been monetary gains for me, because of that, of course, you elevate yourself. And when you elevate yourself, you have to leave a lot of people behind. And looking back retrospect of this year, those people that have been left behind, they meant me no good at all. They didn't. Those people were always negative. Those people were always they had tunnel vision. And what I mean by that, they were just thinking about themselves, you know what I'm saying? And not looking at the bigger picture. My life has always been not just tunnel vision, but looking at the bigger picture of things. And once you look at the bigger picture of your life and you look at the whole scene, instead of just looking down the path that you're just going, that's where growth starts. That's how you start to elevate. And so I have elevated myself this year, and there's been a lot of jealousy. There's been a lot of envy. There's been a lot of people he thinks he's what, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? And so that's the same answer I chose. So with that being said, I ended that poll, ladies and gentlemen, and 40% of you guys said peace matters more than clarity. 35% of you guys said I finally chose myself. You chose yourself. 20% of you guys said that you ignored the red flags too long, and 5% of you guys said that you outgrew people quietly. So I was a part of that 5%. There's Foxy 2 Roxy's in the house. Where you at? Look, there you are. Foxy 2 Roxy's in the house. Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? The link is pinned, ladies and gentlemen. The link is pinned. So I'm by the way, I am live on 2 platforms, on the Vertical and on StreamYard. So it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? I got the polls are in both chats. So you guys you guys can feel free to answer those poll questions, all right? But what I've also learned, you know, and we're gonna get into this, I've also learned that in social media in this day and age, you know, sis had to put me up on game on a lot of different things, and she don't know I'm about to talk about this, but I'm about to tell her. She put me up on game on certain. Okay, in YouTube, on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, you know, almost everybody in the chat. I'm looking at y'all's names as I'm talking right now. Almost everybody on here, besides probably myself and Joe, maybe, you know, but I'm thinking about just about everybody on here. I'm pretty much still a novice when it comes to this content creating and YouTube thing, but I've had to learn that there are thousands of clicks on YouTube. There are thousands of clicks. There are thousands of content creators. There's you got beef sectors, you got tea sectors, you got what else? You got hunting sectors, you got cooking sectors, you got Christian sectors, you got Muslim sectors, right? You got government sectors. You got, as sis would say, you got the blackity black sectors. All right. You got all sorts of sectors. All right. I've just about came across every single sector on YouTube at one point or another. All right. Because I have been raised right. Now, I want you guys to follow me, and I want ladies on the panel, you guys can chime in. I'm going somewhere. I want you guys to, cleaning sector. There's cleaning sector. Yeah. All right. You're exactly right, Janice. So I want you guys to follow me. I want you guys to chime in on the panel. All right. I've came across so many sectors on here. Actually, I've somewhat hooked up with certain people that I didn't even know that were a part of different sectors. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. If I was not raised right, if I didn't have the mom and dad that I had to bring me to the certain point to where I had to back away from certain folks that were pushing agendas and pushing all kinds of nonsense, whether it's hating on women and being aggressive towards women, and you know what I mean, all this type of nonsense, you know what I mean? Now look, if anybody in this chat, you know that SBK, I love the women folk. I have respect for you guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm a red-blooded American man, you know what I'm saying? And so because I am, you know, I love the women folk. You're never going to get me to talk disparaging about the women folk. Now we can go back and forth and have healthy banter. Shout out to you, sis. Have healthy banter, or we can have fun with it at the same time. And I take a lot of pride, whether it's in the Tap In podcast or on this show here. I take a lot of pride in us agreeing to disagree, and we coming away from the situation and still being cool with each other and still being respectful. But I've also had to learn that there's certain people, there's certain sectors, certain situations to where a lot of men don't share that same sentiment. You know what I mean? That's where you get into the green pill, red pill, pink pill, manosphere, and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? So what I've learned in 2025 is that a lot of people, and this all goes back to what you were talking about, Jen J, and what I agreed that with you that I had to answer that same question. I had to leave a lot of negative people, and I outgrew some people behind, because what happens is that when you got a freaking microphone, a freaking camera in front of your face, it gives a lot of people a lot of power. When you have a lot of power and you know that people are listening to you, you tend to be reckless, and you tend to be disrespectful, and you tend to just you know, I don't want to say get out of character, because that is your character. You know what I mean? Because you're not out of character, you are in character. You know what I mean? So a lot of these men, especially women folks too, but a lot of these men are basically, they have a lot of trauma in their life. And because they have a lot of trauma in their life, they project it. What'd you say, sis? You use that word projection all the time. A lot of these Mickey Fickies, they project a lot of their things that they've gone through in the past, and then they put it on here. You might have been a lame in high school, and you know, everybody needs to be a lame because you were a lame. You know what I mean? So I've had to learn to kind of like, man, I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Here, I gotta find her, sis. I gotta find her. Where you at? Where's she at? Where you at? Hold on. I'm going somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Where's she at? Oh, there. Where'd she go? There you go, sis. You on mute?
Sweet Rita! Sweet Rita, sweet Rita, sweet Rita!
Sweet Rita's in the house. Sweet Rita! Shout out to my sweet Rita. How are you, love? How are you? Kisses and hugs and all that good stuff. Thank you for coming through, love. And then we got somebody else I saw in here. I didn't want to damn. Man, forgive me, man. There you go. How you doing, brother? Javar Relis. Thank you for coming through, brother. Thank you for coming through. How are you? Hope you hit the like button. Welcome. Thank you for coming through. So, the manosphere, and you got the woman sphere and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of men bashing, a lot of women bashing, a lot of all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had to learn in 2025 that a lot of people on social media project a lot of things that they've gone through. Y'all want to add in on that? Go ahead. And the link is pinned, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all can come on up.
You said it perfectly. It definitely gives people liquid courage to get online and just act a fool. But some people gotta learn the hard way that I think people feel like the internet's not real, and they sometimes find out the hard way. It's very real, very real.
So Jen, let me ask you something. Why do you think that people project like let's just, for example, like a lot of men, there's a lot of women bashing on a lot. I see a lot. There's a lot of women bashing on YouTube. A lot of, being a gentleman is not popular. We spoke about that last week on my channel. It's not popular these days. A lot of things that that men do that was done whenever we were kids or whatever, it was not frowned upon. Now it's looked upon as being a simp and being weak. All right. Why do you think that is? I want your answer on that, man.
Let me do you one better. I'm gonna give you a scenario. How many times you don't need to name like a specific politician or religious figure, but how many times have you seen somebody go on TV and say, marriage is between a man and a woman, and I don't agree with that, and this is evil, and this is the worst, and then what do they usually get in trouble for doing?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm a firm believer that the thing that people are so boisterous and projecting is something that they're actually repressing. I have this weird theory that the women haters are repressed sexually. They may have some issues with their sexuality that they're not comfortable with. And the man haters, too, struggle with that same issue for whatever reason. Some repressed identity issues is that what I'll say it that way. You can't constantly put out that kind of content and project without it coming from a real place. And the only example that I can give that comes to mind is the religious thing, because everybody has experience where that person that's so adamant, you're like, damn, is that the only verse of the Bible you know? You talk about that every single, and then go to find out they catch him in a back room with, yeah. And it's like, wait, you've been preaching the exact opposite. You've been talking on your channel, women ain't this, women ain't that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I know why, because you don't like women. You don't like women. You like men. That's why you don't like women, because you like men. And that's fine, but it's under the guise of this is everything wrong with women, and vice versa. This is everything wrong with men. If you are gay, if you are, just be that. Instead of
alternative lifestyle.
Yes. Then just stop spewing that. But we see this all the time. We see it with racial stuff. I don't like this group of people. Then you find out you mess with, look at your, they go through their little, background history, like, oh, you've been hiding something.
Yep.
You had all this to say about this group of people and this group, and look, that's your type on Grindr. That's why you keep putting all that out. That's why you got so much to say about Mexicans or Black people, that's because that's your type secretly. It's not but that's my answer.
It's your type, and you're trying to suppress it, so you're over here trying to put it on somebody else.
Yes.
You don't want to admit it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that reminded me of, like, they used to say, when I was married, they used to say, oh, if he's always accusing you of cheating, that means his ass is cheating. And it was true, right? So
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of concept, right? They're always talking about something or against something. It's because they got it in their closet. The skeleton is out there. You're right.
And it's not to say you can't. Everyone, of course, has opinions, but I pay attention to what people constantly condemn or oppose.
Right.
Why are you always talking about that? For you to be so opposed to it, I would think you would want nothing to do with it. It wouldn't even be something you would even discuss. I don't like, I'm going to just spell it. I don't even want to say the word because I'm afraid that I'm going to get ads, but I don't like rugs with a B that starts the B, rugs. I don't even look them up on my phone. I don't even, if an ad comes up, I skip it. I'm not going to actively go seek something I don't like. I'm not going to actively talk about something that I don't want in my life. I am terrified of them. Like anything that's like critter, crawly, creepy. Nope, I can't do it. To the point where I won't even watch a movie. I'll fast forward the part. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm not going to be making content every day about, I don't like them. I don't like rugs. Rugs gross me out. Then stop talking about it. Why the hell you keep talking about it? It's like, to me, it's just like, well, duh, that's why it keeps coming to you. You keep talking about it. It's that simple. Out from what did they say? From the heart, your mouth speaks, or your whatever the way you say it.
Out of the heart.
The mouth speaks.
The mouth speaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So obviously you have some repressed sexuality if all you keep talking about all day is how much you can't stand this group of. I'm like, really?
Right. Mm.
Really?
It's a combination of projection and it's a combination of taboos, I feel too.
What do you?
So
Can you further explain what you mean by taboos when it comes to that situation?
kind of along the lines of what Jen J was saying with regards to alternative lifestyles. The
Oh.
more people tell you not to touch something, 9 times out of 10, you try it. If they're telling you something is bad, then a lot of people, well, why is it bad? Most people like to touch taboo things.
Mhm.
So, it's projection. On one side, it's projection. People are dealing with something that their insecurity and they project it out on other people. That's their
Right.
ego. And then a lot of times it's taboo because if your mom tells you not to touch that skillet, don't touch that skillet. Don't touch that skillet.
And touch it.
Right.
They want to touch it because you're telling them not to touch it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So they don't know why. It's just you're telling me not to. So I want to go and touch it. So
Mhm.
And we also add, we are part of the problem as the consumer as well. That's something else I have changed about myself over the last few years, but that's something I'm very cognizant of, that I support the things that I want to see more of. It's very, very important. I just use sports because everybody knows at least something or someone about sports. If you look at the average football game around this time of year, those of you in Texas, DeSoto, Duncanville, those stands are filled to capacity. Go to
Mhm.
the tournament, go to the debate team tournament. They're empty.
Yep.
So what do you think a kid coming up is going to want to be? Oh, I'm gonna go play football. People seem to like football. They
get more attention.
They want attention, so they're going to gravitate where it comes to. I kind of like theater. I kind of like debate, but nobody's gonna come see me, and it's not really popular. And
Right.
I'll just go play football. I'm big. I'll go play football. And he don't even like football.
Right.
He's big. Oh, you big? Okay, so yeah, defensive tackle right there. He likes to play music, but that's corny. I don't know. So we have to do a better job as a consumer to support the things that we want to see more of, because I mean, we see the baddies, the Zeus Network stuff. We see that kind of behavior. So if that's what's popularized, I'm going to start doing content where all I'm doing is arguing and calling Joe out her name and E out her name, and I'm talking about how I can't stand men, because that's what's getting the clicks and views, and I want attention, right? Forget about what it's doing to my kids, what it's doing to my energy, my health. At least people are watching. That is the sadistic nature that exists right now, and it's unfortunate.
it's so
I
true.
agree.
That is a sadistic nature.
Oh, go
It
ahead, Joe.
reminded me of E and Bestie, because E has always said she talks about having an emotional reaction to things. She's a very empath, so she won't, because of that, she's not going to watch scary movies, for example, right? Because that's going to trigger her. So she doesn't do it. And other people try to encourage, oh, come on, you can watch it. And E has always, since I've gotten to know her, it didn't matter what Mickey Ficky said. She said, I'm not going to watch it, right? And she doesn't do that. Now, the other thing that my Betsy has, he's talked about coming to more of this here, is also being cognizant of what he's watching, what he's allowing to enter him. He's not perfect. None of us are perfect. And he admits, I'm still getting better at it. And I notice it. And that's why I'm speaking on it, because I'm around him And so I notice it. You know, I've been around him, you know, in times where Mickey Ficky didn't turn it down. And I walk in and they're cussing each other out on the screens, and that's all you hear, right? But it's different, you know? So I see, and I mean, and he can do whatever he wants, but I'm just saying what you see from outside looking in. I can tell he is being more cognizant of what he's watching or what he's listening to, what he's allowing to influence him. All that matters, you know. So that's what that reminded me of. You know, you have to be more. That's one of the things that we've grown on this year, you know, making sure that we are more boundary driven on what we allow, because it does. You have to admit, y'all, whatever you listen to every day, you know, the way they say, if you do something 21 days, it's going to become a habit. Well, it's the same thing. Whatever you listen to, you're going to gravitate to. You're going to gravitate to that type of person. You're going to gravitate to. That's what's going to drive you if you allow it to consume you. And so I think that's that goes with one of the things that we've grown with this year also. So I agree. That reminded me of all that.
I want to say shout out to my little sis, Von's Reality. Man, I said I wasn't gonna say. I'm gonna say this. Von's, I want to say this. I love you, Von's. Without giving further a lot of information, I almost crashed out.
Not the crash.
Almost crashed out last night. You know what I mean? I said I wasn't gonna mention this, but I'm gonna mention it. But I want to let you know, Bonds, I got love for you. I have in times past have tried to give you advice and so forth and so on, but I realized that, you know, people are going to do what they want to do. But I want to say this to everybody, especially you ladies. Don't ever allow disrespect. This year, what I've learned in 2025, whatever, don't ever allow disrespect whatsoever. Respect is non-negotiable. Did y'all hear that? And is this microphone?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Respect is non-negotiable. This is not going to be a popular statement that I'm going to make, but I'm going to make it anyways, because this has everything to do with looking back retrospectively in 2025, and I'm going to talk about it. Exactly, Jimbo. Shout out to my bro, Jimbo. Disrespect gets checked. Tolerate none. I'm trying to choose my words carefully, all right? There should be no explanation as to why you cut somebody off for disrespecting you. And I'm talking to everybody, you know what I mean, to the sound of my voice. You owe nobody an explanation as to why you cut them off. You owe nobody as to why you checked someone for disrespecting you. If you are leading with respect, if you are leading with a right frame of mind to someone, and that said individual disrespects you, then you owe nobody an explanation as to why you've left said individual or said situation where they are. and I'm gonna say this here. This is what I was about to say that might be unpopular, but I don't give a damn. All right. There's a lot of men on this earth or whatever that do not deserve to enjoy this earth. They just don't. There's a lot of Mickey Fickies on this earth right now that are very blessed to be on this earth, and they don't deserve to be on this earth because of the simple fact that if someone disrespected me or mine, you listen to me carefully, ladies and gentlemen. If you disrespected my daughter, you disrespected my loved one in a way, especially the women folk in my family, you just don't deserve to be here. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. You know what I mean? And because of that, I think that we give people passes and we do this kumbaya thing. And a lot of you guys or whatever that are and I'm not going to put down anybody's religion or your Christianity or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But even in Christianity and Muslim circles, it teaches you not to be a damn fool. All right. You don't go back to stuff that is detrimental to your health and detrimental to your sanity. All right. So because of that, we all need to leave all of that BS behind in 2025. And we don't owe anybody an explanation as to why we leave it behind. We don't owe anybody any explanation as to why, as my bro Jimbo says, if we check disrespect and you distance yourself, you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody any explanation. You know what I mean? If you any the women, if you're married and you have if you're married, right? And you have a significant other, right? Your husband deserves a spouse that does not allow another person to disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? Your husband deserves you just being there by his side, and he's working hard to provide for you and your little ones, and he's working hard for you. He deserves a hamburger and some booty. That's what he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't deserve anybody disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I mean? I said I wasn't going to address this or whatever, but I'm just saying, if it applies, let it fly. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't apply, just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? But nobody deserves disrespect coming in 2026. And that goes for men too. If you're a man on here or whatever, and you know that you're doing, you're leading with respect, you don't deserve disrespect from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And for you to leave disrespect behind in 2025 and people question you, who gives a damn? You know what I mean? And don't question yourself. Don't go backwards, move forwards. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I say something since you
sure
done spoke on it?
Absolutely.
I know you said don't allow yourself to be disrespected, but I'm going to say something that's not popular. Young ladies in general, stop putting yourself in places and spaces to allow yourself to be disrespected. I'm going to say it again. Stop allowing yourself or putting yourself in spaces and places where disrespect can occur. You have to take ownership of that as well. Okay? I'm not going to give young ladies or women in general an out.
Amen.
I can't do that.
But are you saying that some people take attention as being liked and loved? Is that what you're saying? Because What about the attention I get from being the victim?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Jen J. Yes.
All of that
It's
would go
not
away. All of that would go away, and I don't want that. I like the attention that I'm getting. It feels like
Oh,
love. I don't know
thank
what love
feels
is.
like
Jen J,
exactly.
we thank you
Thank
for
you.
bringing
Thank you.
that. Thank y'all both for bringing that up, because
Because we give them outs, and I can't. I'm a woman too. Okay. I'm a woman too, and I'm a married woman, and I know that I can't put myself in certain situations and spaces to allow this to get disrespected. And I don't say certain things to allow myself to get disrespected, because I have a husband that will go to war for me. And just because he will doesn't mean I need to put him in those types of situations. So I have to be mindful of what comes out of my mouth, where I am, and what I say. It's just no matter what. So I'll give you the floor, SBK. I'm sorry for overspeaking you.
no, you're not overspeaking. You're not overspeaking. Thank y'all for bringing that out, because if you don't put yourself in that situation, that wouldn't happen. But I was speaking basically, if you're leading with respect, you know what I'm saying, if someone disrespects you or whatever, then that's not tolerated. But at the same token, though, if you don't put yourself, like y'all said, if you don't put yourself in a situation to where you know what you're dealing with and you choose to deal with that, then that's on you. What's going on, CKJ? What's going on, big bro? How are you? You on mute. You on mute, brother. You on mute, brother. The floor is yours. You there? You there, bro? You on mute. You on mute, CKJ. You might need. You there? You're off of mute now. Okay. There you go. There you go.
We can hear you really
now you back
quickly.
on
We
mute.
can hear you.
You back on mute. Tell you what. Drop down and come back up.
You hear me?
Okay. There you go. There you go. Oh, he's back on mute. There you go.
All right.
There you
Where's
go.
that?
There you go.
All right. What's happening? How y'all doing?
What's going on, brother?
Hello? Nothing much, man. Just got a bunch of rugrats running around, so I had to go on mute, man, because I didn't want them to be heard. They kind of acting a fool right now, my grandkids. But anyway, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, brother. Doing great.
Good, good. Good to
Very
see you.
good.
Good to see
Very
you.
good.
Oh, good to see you too. Good. Good. I was listening to what you guys were saying, and that's an adjustment that I decided to make too, in terms of how I actually give people access to me on YouTube. Because I turned 60 on Halloween. Me and my girl, we turned 60 in October, last part of October.
Happy birthday.
And can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me
Yes.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm getting some kind of echo. Okay. So I guess just to add a little bit to what you guys said, I understand what you're saying in terms of respect. But sometimes you gotta forget about the other person and how they respect you. You just gotta remain diligent in making sure that what you do and how you move is respectful to you and your family. And if you focus on that, that'll make the rest of your communication with other people a lot more stringent and a lot more disciplined. And that's what I decided to do. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but I haven't done a panel in like 2 months. I mean, I really stepped away because I started to realize that sometimes people will take you for granted and they'll assume that they know you enough to say anything and everything to you. And the one thing I can't deal with is somebody 28, 30 years old or 25 years old talking to me like I'm a child. I'm not going to go for that one. And so I'm not going to disrespect them because they're younger, but it has to be some balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Boy,
Absolutely.
this is a weird
Agree.
video.
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. That's it.
I can hear you.
That's all I was doing. I'll drop down. You guys have a good show.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, brother. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, I'm gonna drop down. That's all I had to say.
Okay. All right, brother. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. To KJ, ladies and gentlemen. It's, you know, and that's with anything in life, Jen J and E. I like that you brought that out because we, you know, we talk behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And so how many people have we saw put themselves in situations that make themselves look like donkeys when they really didn't have to put themselves out there like that? You know what I mean? And it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. And you know, that's what I've learned, you know, in 2025. There's another poll, ladies and gentlemen. There's another poll. Pause. There's a poll question. There's a poll question that says, if you haven't answered already, the hardest realization I had this year was, this is for you guys. I'm going to end it. And then, damn, we've been on for 2 hours. Damn. Almost 2 hours. You know what, man? I'm feeling generous. Before I read this, I'm going to read this poll question first. I'm feeling generous. We're going to give another giveaway. The hardest realization I had this year is that not everyone deserves access to me. Love isn't supposed to hurt this much. I stayed longer than I should have, or I knew better but didn't act sooner. I know what answer I'm going to give. You know what I'm saying? So y'all answer the poll question. I'm feeling generous, ladies and gentlemen. This, you know, even though we didn't, get, any gifts, but I'm going to give back. And this is for the channel members. And this one goes to, I'm choosing a winner. Drum roll. Rob and Glow with Joe. I'm choosing a winner. Drum roll. You don't want to do it? You want to give it? Okay.
I mean, give it away to someone else.
Okay. I knew she was going to say that. So we're going to re-enroll. Janice! Janice is the winner! Salute to you, Janice! Salute. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty generous right now. We're gonna give another one away in the next 30 minutes. We're gonna give it to a random viewer. All right. So
I wanted to I wanted to elaborate. You know, E was saying, she's cognizant of because she's married, she makes, sure she doesn't go around places where she knows she'll be disrespected. But me, I'm not married. I'm not, even as a single woman, I have to be, you don't have to be married, in other words, to watch because you have a husband who is gonna fight your battles, right? Or, you wouldn't want to put them in that situation. Even as a single woman, we have to be, stand on our own 2 feet, carry our own big, girl panties. And we have to make sure that we're not putting ourselves and looking like asses out there. And yes, I said that word because it's true. I have to be, I have to hold myself accountable. and be, you know, aware of where I'm putting myself in. And if it's just like if I go into a chat, I can listen sometimes, listen to any chat, but I'm not going to go in if I know that chat is being combative, not necessarily the panel, but the chat itself. And you know, I'd have to be aware of where I'm going. Just like, you know, I'm always taught that, hey, watch, you know, when you're out in public, you need to watch what you're doing. You need to, I've gotten in trouble a lot of times because my friends feel that I'm not being aware of what the heck is going on around me.
Wait. She's saying friends. She's talking about me, ladies and gentlemen. They're not talking about Randall. She's talking about me, ladies and gentlemen.
See, I never call him out, y'all. He calls himself out. Y'all notice that first and foremost. I'd never call him out. I just speak in general. And he says all the time, you speak in general because that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be calling folks out. Anyway, but it's true. I have to be aware of my surroundings, no matter where I'm at.
Wait. The reason why I tell this one right down here to be aware of her surroundings is because she is all the time like this.
I'm sociable.
And
that's what it's called.
And not a care in the world. I'm telling you, not a care in the world.
She's a social butterfly.
Man.
Yes.
And
he said one time, you know, she'll talk to anybody.
And somebody could possibly be robbing her blind. Jen J, I'm being honest. You'll be or be driving and then just going in front of God and everybody, man. Running the red light, you know what I'm saying? Going to the side of the curve, you know what I mean? Almost wrecking, you know what I mean? And I'm saying you can't have tunnel vision. You gotta pay attention. So go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Y'all, I'm just shining my light wherever I'm at. That's what it is. Anyway, the point is, I'm trying to make sure that I am aware no matter where I'm at, regardless if I'm married or not. You got to watch out for yourself, and you can't allow no one to disrespect you. And once they do, and you had all good intentions. You were leading with respect. You had all good intentions. No, they should have been cut off at the neck originally, and that's it. That's all. You know, regardless of what situation you're in, that's all I'm trying to say.
By the way, go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, SBK.
No, I was just Janice is not going to. Janice is being discreet, and I really appreciate y'all, man. I wish you would give me your cash out, Janice, so I can bless you because you are a member. But she wants me to give it away. Give it away now. Give it away now. So, but Denise, I love all of my members. I love all of my she said nope. So she's giving away. So I'm going to look to the next channel member. And here we go. And with that being said, it's it keeps choosing you. I have to re-roll. I said what I said.
She ain't gonna turn it down. You give it to Miss Fancy.
She's not gonna turn that down. All right. So look, you cleaned it up today, Fancy. But anyways, oh my.
I was in,
Nightbot is listening to you. I said what I said. But anyway, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I was just going to chime in on what Joe said. For me, if you've ever heard that phrase, smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from the mistakes of others. I kind of live by that because if you ever heard somebody say, oh, well, such and such had a baby on the side and he cheated and he, beat up his last girlfriend, but he's a changed man. The reason I use that example is because if I see that's how you treat your current audience, I know what could happen to me. So it's going to make me not want to engage. If that's what you allow people to do to you, I don't feel. I'm trying to think of a good example. I can only go back to parenting and kids, because I see how you raise your kid. That's going to really determine whether or not I want my kid around your kid, if that makes sense. So it's the same thing. If I see you cussing out or people are cussing you out, I'm going to be less likely to go over there, because then it could turn on me. I'm seeing what could happen to me. I'm not going to think I'm the exception to the rule. Oh, he cheated on all his other girlfriends and had babies on the side, but I'm different. Oh, that content creator curses everybody out and puts all their business out there, but I'm different. That's never been in the history of history. That's never been the case. So kind of like take the red flags. You see how they're handling a certain situation. Don't let it be you the next time. Like, you already are seeing how they poorly manage. Why get involved with that? Because next time it's going to be your business that they're poorly managing.
Facts.
I don't need to experience it firsthand to get the hint. Like, oh, that's how y'all get down? I'm good. You ever been online waiting for food? You ever been at like someplace waiting for food, and then you lean over and see the person in front of you, you see their food, and you're like, ooh, I ain't getting that.
Right.
Those wings don't look right. Let me just get a grilled cheese and a water, please. Because I don't need to order it to know that that's nasty. I don't need to order those wings. I'm good.
Facts.
So that's all I want to say.
With that,
I love that right there.
So do I. A brilliant says, if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And with that being said, if that what the Queen just said just now, it falls in line with what I'm about to get into this, and then we're gonna end this thing with the poll question. It was like and if you haven't answered, we're gonna end this poll question. The hardest, if you haven't answered, go ahead and answer. The hardest realization I had this year. This is for you guys, all right? Was it not everyone deserves access to you? Love isn't supposed to hurt this much. I stayed longer than I should have, or I knew better but didn't act sooner. And here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna give you guys my answer. All right? And it is this. And once again, I'm referencing two women who have encouraged me to not give people access to me. Not everybody deserves access to me. Because I am a giver, because I am someone who wants to see the best in people, that can in turn end up biting you in your behind, right? And so, not everybody deserves my number, my phone number. Not everybody deserves to know where I live. Of course, not everybody deserves to be in my house. You know what I mean? And so that ought to apply to every asset, everything that you have going on in your life. You know what I mean? And that's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube as well. Social media as well. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody deserves to, for you to be cool with. You know what I mean? Some people you can, you be cool with them from a distance, but they don't need to be in your circle. You don't need to be telling everybody your freaking business. You know what I'm saying? Because that in turn, you don't know that person to be telling your business to. You don't know that person to be, telling your secrets to, or, letting them know about your family, so forth and so on. You know what I mean? I heard of, never mind, I ain't gonna say that. So with that being said, that's the answer that I chose. All right. So y'all can chime in on that. Sis and Joe, y'all have all the time preached at me about, hey man, you don't need to be, not everybody deserves your attention. Not everybody deserves for you to, that person is not your friend. That person is not your, you know what I mean? They're using you. They're, they're whatever, you know what I'm saying? We've had personal conversations, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can chime in. What's that?
Her eyes went.
Joe.
Her eyes, but I say it a lot because it's true, and I say it in the terms of in the terms of social media, but also in your personal life. Not everybody deserves, to be around you. Not everybody deserves your energy, because believe it or not, there's a such thing as an energy transfer, an energy suck. And for those who are spiritual and Christian minded, your spirit is energy. So people can take your energy. Okay? And people who are close to you, family and friends, can sometimes take your energy. So when I say protect, I chose the first one as well. Sometimes you have to choose to protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your essence, and that's with professional, personal, family. And it's no shade to your family, because a lot of times they are not cognizant that they're doing it. It's just how they show up, how they react to things. And sometimes you learn something, and you learn about yourself, and you learn about these types of things, and you find out, hey, I don't have to put up with that. I don't have to deal with this person. This person is not good for me. This person is not edifying me. I don't see any value in this relationship. And that is okay. It may be a permanent separation, or it may be temporary, because sometimes you're at a level and that person's just not at your level yet. And people can only rise to the level of their own personal understanding of things. Sometimes they're just not there. So it could be a temporary separation, and sometimes it's a permanent separation. And a lot of times people tell you, well, that's your family, that's your blood. But sometimes your blood, it's not always good. Just because it's blood don't mean that you got to keep them around. So I'm just saying that. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Nope. I had to clean my house, for a couple of years. So, and it's just something that I've learned. Not everybody's going to go where you're going, and not everybody is meant to go where you're going. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be settled in that. And I've done a show on nervous systems. You have to be able to calm yourself and go into your new journey, your new era, and be okay with the decisions that you make. Because sometimes you feel uneasy. Sometimes some people make you feel like you're wrong. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and your family.
I completely agree.
And your family. Yep. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I completely agree. And I wanted to say it's not just on this app. We're talking about life in general. We're talking about people and you in general. And I've had people say a lot. The reason I buck my eyes and stuff is because I've had people misunderstand what, sometimes people don't understand that, first of all, not everybody grows at the same time. Everybody grows differently, right? And there's always a seed planted, but it just depends the soil that it's planted in, and it depends on how fast you're watering it. A lot of different things, right? But so everybody grows at different times, but there's sometimes people don't understand that just because you've known someone for a longer period of time, it doesn't mean that they're more genuine, or people can say all the time, oh, I've known that person this amount of time. It don't matter. What matters is what that person, I could known somebody for 1 year and they could be more genuine of a person in your life than someone you've known 20 years. Because sometimes it's not blood that's going to be by your side and support you as much as another person is. So it just depends, right? Like what he was saying, but and those are things that you learn with time, and you learn as you grow, and you learn as life goes on. But those are some of the things that I agreed. I chose the first one also, because it just, and I don't sit here and call people out. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here trying to do. I'm here trying to share the things that I've learned so others can learn from it also. And hopefully, just like Jen Jay said, I want to learn from the person that failed. And if they failed, I'm gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna watch what happened. I'm not gonna buy that meal that looks like crap if I see it look like crap. You got to learn from those things, and you can't just continue to fall on your face if you see failure. So that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to call people out or anything. I'm just trying to share, and that's what we do here, trying to share so we can try to help other people, and in life, not just on this app. I don't want people to misconstrue that it's everything that's happening on this app, because I'm not even talking about anything on this app. So that's just what I wanted to share.
DR says you can know folks for many years and meet someone for a short time and have better intentions for them the ones you've been knowing for decades. Janice says sometimes what I see in someone another person might not. Sometimes we sense things differently than the next person. Scorpio Mama says, I don't hang with ghetto or trash.
Okay, now Scorpio.
Yes, Lord. Y'all chime in, man. Y'all chime in. But yeah, man. Yes. Did I leave? Hold on. Did I leave anybody else out?
But you did leave out. DR said something up top.
Oh yeah,
it
is. Overstanding. That also family members are temporary. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Understanding, maybe.
No, she's overstanding. She
Overstanding.
overstands that.
Overstanding that. Yeah, yeah. I know
You
what
can
she
understand and overstand something.
overstanding. Facts. All right, before we end this thing, man, I'm feeling generous. Here's my other for the active. This is the third for the active chat members. For this, anything goes. For anybody that's been viewing, You know what I'm saying? For anybody who's been viewing, and I know I get hated on. I had a Mickey Ficky tell me, and I'm going to be petty. You know what I'm saying? I had a Mickey Ficky tell me, well, people who do chat giveaways and blah, blah, blah. Man, I got 2 words for you. I got 2 words for you. I got 2 words. You know what you can do. I got 2 words. You know what you can do. Because you are a hater. And I got 2 words for you. And I'm going to give my chat giveaway, you know what I mean, while you fade away, Mickey Ficky. All right. With that being said, we have another chat giveaway to... Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, what in the world's going on? Oh, hell. That didn't work. That didn't work. Hold on. For viewers. Oh, yeah. Okay. And here we go. And oh, that didn't work either. What is going on here? Nightbot is being contrary. Nightbot is being contrary, man. All right, we're just gonna do this here. All right, this is for. All right, and with that. And I'm choosing the winner. Bam! Oh my goodness.
If
Miss
I didn't
Fancy.
know no better, if I did not know no better, I would say I said what I said and Nightbot been hooking up
But the thing about
on
it,
the under.
but Nightbot is keeping track of who's been in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Who's been? So I said what I said has been like basically kind of like ghost
Hey,
watching.
Jen said it's transactional. It's transactional. Transactional.
Oh my God! It's transactional. It's transactional. Anyway, man.
Okay, he done took her to dinner. He done slobbed her down. Everything. Everything.
Oh my God. Look, with that being said, I am going to look before I end this thing, the link is pinned. But I'm about to end this thing, but I want somebody said something else wrong. I said, what she said?
She said he want me to get those boots.
Okay. But you know what? I'm going to play a commercial, as Sis would say. Commercial break. Commercial.
I join the channel, it's what you need. True crime stories, secrets they'll feed. Say they're gossip and political heat. I said what I said, bring to me. Truth comes but we're never late, yeah. Diamond stories in our fate, oh no. Welcome to a place where voices speak. Truth we got the scoops, we cover it all. From high society to those who recall. I said when I said stories that will end strong, yeah. Truth turns far, we're never late. Oh, no stone unturned, we're here to relate. Well, what's your name? truth she'll expose. Tune in, sit back, this tea hot, never cold. We here in the Foxy Angel Zone. She keeps it real, this the you can't stop me zone. She loves to collaborate, but she can do this on her own. Now let's celebrate and welcome Foxy to the show.
Welcome to the Blessed Children of God family. We are glad to have you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you would like to join in on some conversations with thought-provoking topics, feel free to join us on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We look forward to seeing you there. Continue to be blessed.
We are back. All of those content creators, I said what I said. Waiting to Excel, Von's Reality, Foxy to Roxy, the Tap In Podcast, Thrive and Glow with Joe. Go and subscribe to each and every one of those wonderful content creators. All right. So you heard it first. All right. So
I got questions.
I got to answer. Hopefully.
I said what I said. On OTR, where's the rest of the crew?
Oh,
All I saw was I said what I said, driving a pink Bentley, got her a chocolate man, singing on the red carpet. That was a I said what I said commercial.
that was hers. Hold on. I think I have that. Hold on just a second. I got that one. Hold on. Hold on. I said what I said. Let me see if I don't know if I hold on.
Ah, okay. She said that's for my channel. OTR has another. Okay. Because I was like, where the rest of the crew?
I got more. I don't know if it's because some was too big of a file to like one is
To put
loading
on the
right
back
now.
end.
Yeah, one is loading right now. I don't know if you see it. I'm gonna see it if it loads. The last time I loaded it, I think the file is too big. I got OTR, but I'm thinking that hold on. Let me see something right quick. Is that it? No, that's not it. OTR. I know you gave it to me. I know you gave it to me. Oh, nope, that's not it. That's waiting to Excel. I know you gave it to me, but I think it was too big and I had to. I'm gonna have to try something different. You gave it to me. I said what I said, but it's I gotta do something to because the file is too big. But she gave me an intro for that, but I just don't like I have a promo for a brother of a certain age, and I think that it's too big for the file is too. Oh, it came up. Here we go. It came
You
up.
came up.
So
Yeah. Look, invitation sent, sign seal delivered, you got it, now welcome in. Engaging with the listener, a space for where you is. As we debate particulars, trying to build a bridge through conversation that's intimate, the mission is. Thought-provoking with words spoken, bitter truth, not sugar-coated. Just an openness, place on display. Wisdom in the words that he say. A part of just embracing every gray over here. No fear, clear, I'm unafraid. I'm much older, I no longer hold a child ways. Adults in the room, times past for playing games. Grown talk, isn't that the reason why you came? Simple and plain, delivery raw, straight to the chase. Better than before, learning from your yesterdays. Introducing insight, influence, be amazed by a brother of a certain age. Now rock with him.
there it is.
All right, a brother of a certain age, beard gang gang, beard gang gang.
I said what I said. I'm gonna have to dwindle yours down so I can get it into the file. I got it because I played it. I think I played it from your channel. I think you sent it to me. I think you was on the panel and you had it in the present. Anyway, sis, thank you for coming through. Jen J, I don't know why you dropped down. I wanted you to have some final words, Jen J. Jen J, I wanted you to have some final words. You come back up. You got some final words. But anyways, thank you guys for coming through. But since you and I are up here, before we end this thing, we're gonna I want you to somewhat sum up everything that we talked about, if you like, you can give some goals that you have for 2026. I know I'm going to share some goals before I end this, because I have goals in mind. You know what I'm saying? We all talked about what we want to leave behind in 2026. Negativity, basically. You know what I mean? But if you would, man, tell everybody what you got planned. And by the way, since we're gonna make some business moves up here. You want to go live tomorrow? You on mute.
My bad. Yes, we can go live tomorrow.
All right, well, Tap
We
In
can go
Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, going live tomorrow. We couldn't go live yesterday because Brother Man had to
Got to grind.
I was on the grind. So we'll go live tomorrow. What time you want to go, sis? What time you want to go live?
Probably around what's it? 4 my time. What is that? 2 your time?
You can. If it's 4 your time, it's 2 my time.
Yeah.
You want to go live at? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. So just so you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 2 o'clock 2 o'clock Central. And that's going to be 3 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time. All right. So we're going to go live. Y'all tune in. I know that's something that we're just going to go live, man. We're going to have fun. You know what I mean? So
yep.
It'll be 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. You said 2 o'clock. No, you said 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock my time.
It's 4 o'clock my time. Yeah, 4 o'clock my time.
Gotcha. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So y'all check us out. All right. Y'all check us out.
Joe saying 6, not 6. 4.
No, not 6, sis.
I'm trying to get some sleep, Joe. Got a busy day on Monday.
Yeah, you and me both. But yes, before I end this thing, sis, if you would, tell us what you got going on. What some goals you got? Since we're talking about 2026, what some goals you got, and your final words.
Goals I have probably for Tap In is to, well, I think this is both of our goals, to hit that monetization, which we are right at the, as Casey would like to say, the precipice. We're at the precipice. We're right there. I don't think we may not make it by the end of December, but we're going to be pretty damn close. And I just want to say thank you, everybody who tunes in to Tap In and puts us on repeat and shares us. As definitely, we love that. Thank y'all so much. So the number one goal is to get that monetized, obviously. And then for Tap In, also just coming with, I want to bring more of a reactionary vibe. SBK and I, brother, have talked about it. So be on the lookout. We're not going to change the format completely. But I'm always looking to be better, get better on both channels. So Tap In more, probably you'll see us more in 2026. And that's a commitment that I am going to make. And this is something that SBK and I talked about before. Matter of fact, SBK brought it up. And so I am saying on here live that I'm committing to it. Because that is, Tap In is our baby. So, it brought us a long way. Believe it or not, it brought us a long way. With regards to disrupt and discuss, my goals over there are bringing more health and wellness content, like I discussed, more interviews, interviews with regards to health and wellness, interviews regards to entrepreneurship, and just bringing people that people can relate to, people can possibly not emulate, but inspire, people that inspire you guys to possibly do some of the things that they're presenting. That's the goal over there, obviously, to grow it more. We get a lot on the back end, believe it or not. We get approached a lot. And we're just looking for the right folks. So, but that speaks to the content that we're putting out. And so just be prepared for more topics because it's very personal to me with regards to our health. Especially in our community, it hits hard for me, and I have personal experiences with it because I've gone through my own health crisis, health problems, and I learned a lot. So I hope people hear my heart in what we present over there. So definitely more content on that, more interviews over there. Personal goals for me is just to step out of my comfort zone. I have to do that. And sometimes I get scared to do it, but it's something that needs to be done. It's something that, it's a challenge for me because I gravitate, and maybe a lot of people do this, they gravitate towards things that are simple, easy to do. And when you get pushed out of your comfort zone, you're doing something that you're stepping out into the unknown. And that is what I plan to do for me personally, for my own personal life as well. So with regards to health and fitness, with regards to just relationships, just regards to my whole life, is just to push myself into uncomfortable situations and see what happens. Because I've learned that failing is not failure. Failing is just another step. And I've always been one of those people that I didn't like to fail. I don't like to fail. But failing is a part of process. Failing is a part of a journey. And you don't get anywhere by winning all the time. Sometimes you have to fail. And failing sometimes causes you to pivot. And in that pivot is where you need to be in the first place. So those are just things that I personally have, goals that I've set for myself.
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. With that being said, now it comes to me. I also want to thank everybody who has been supporting Sis and I on the Tap In podcast. It's been a journey, but it's also been a fulfilling journey. Y'all don't understand how much I love to bring content to you guys, whether it's on the SBK channel here or on Tap In, especially with Tap In, because of the simple fact that we have that dynamic going on for the past 3 years, and we just bring a number of topics and discussions, you know what I'm saying? And I love getting that getting feedback from you guys, you know what I mean, and getting y'all's input. So with that being said, you guys keep on giving us the input and letting us know what y'all think. We're going to be coming with different things, like Sis was saying, and we're going to branch out and do it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that have supported us. On the SBK channel, I have goals as well. You know what I mean? As I've stated in the live today, on the live stream today, that the journey here on the SBK channel has been very fulfilling, and I thank you guys. I really appreciate my moderators. I appreciate my supporters, my members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that donate, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm bringing some new things. I'm not going to come out and tell you guys what all I want to do, but there's going to be some interviews. There's going to be a lot of different angles that I'm going to be approaching. There's going to be different merchandise. There's going to be different people that y'all. I will say this: there's going to be some famous people on YouTube that I'm going to be interviewing. All right, that's in the works. Y'all will be surprised at who I'm going to be interviewing in 2026. Sis knows what I'm talking about. But I've reached out to some famous people on YouTube, and they're going to be interviewing with me. All right. So because of said interviews, I expect our channel. I'm not going to say my channel because it's y'all's too. All right. Y'all listening to me? This is not just my channel. This is y'all's channel. Because if you're a member, you're a supporter, if you're a moderator, we built this. I didn't build this. We built this together. You know what I'm saying? And so because we built this together, I want you guys to reap the benefits of everything. So there's going to be some people that I'm interviewing that's going to boost the SBK channel up pretty nice. All right. So we're going to get into that. All right. Also, the goals that I have for 2026, I want the live streams or the premieres, I want them to grow. I have a number in my head. I started to say the numbers that I want in my head, but we on the SBK channel, we get 20, 25, up to 30 people in on live streams. I wanted to get to 50 and beyond. You know what I mean? I want next year for me to be at 5K, possibly 10K, but 5K first subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I want the merchandise to sell. You know what I mean? And the only way I can do that is for you guys that follow me. You guys have been helping me, and I appreciate you. My moderators, I got one of the, a brilliant, probably the greatest moderator on YouTube right now. I appreciate her and others, Thrive and Glow with Joe and others, Nesto, Shuckles, Shane, Walker Shane. A lot of you guys, I appreciate you guys for supporting me, sharing the lives. I said what I said, others. Thank you guys. So those are just a little bit of the goals that I have. Personally, I have some goals, you know what I mean? Fitness goals, trying to lose some weight, you know what I mean? I'm trying to lose some weight in order for me to sustain what I have in, with the other hustles that I have, you know what I mean? I'll be getting into that. I've been hinting at that, but your boy's been hustling. Your boy is, been trying to do well for himself, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I got. That's what I got. You know what I mean? I want both respective channels to grow. And if you are a content creator, if anything that I can do to help you guys, if you're a content creator, you're trying to, grow your channel, hit me up. Hit me up on email. I'll be willing to help you do whatever it takes to get your channel up. I don't know everything, but I know one thing. I can promote. You know what I mean? I can promote you, and I can give you a voice on my channel. We can interview. We can do the whole 9 yards. Oh, by the way, the Reels Browns family, I got your email. I'm going to be hitting you up. All right. So I'm going to be hitting you up, and I got some ideas for you. So I'll be hitting you up. All right. I'm going to hit you up after. Actually, I'm going to hit you up after we end this. So, but look here, if you're a content creator, if you're trying to grow your channel, you know what I mean? I'm not a hater. He's not a hater. We're, just let us know. If you want to do an interview with us, let us know. If you want to do some business, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about positivity. I'm all about growth. I'm all about lifting folks up that want to better themselves. So that's what it's all about. So those are my goals for 2026, and bettering ourselves. So since we're going live tomorrow, you said 2:00 your time, right? Is it 2:00 your time? What time?
4:00 my time.
4:00 your time. So that's going to be 6:00 my time. Ben.
That's 6:00 your time?
That's 6:00 my time. Hold on.
Oh, that's right, because you 2 hours ahead. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's why sis was putting 6.
Yes,
She's
that's
like,
6
y'all don't
o'clock.
know a damn thing. Y'all don't know a damn thing.
So 6:00 my time. So we're 4:00 Pacific Standard Time, 6:00 Central Standard Time, and 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. The Tap In podcast is going live tomorrow. All right, going live tomorrow. So we're going to get that set up. All right, so you guys tune in to us tomorrow. All right. So again, man, I thank y'all for coming through, man. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give me some ideas of what y'all thought about the content tonight. Don't be a stranger. Y'all let us know what y'all thought about the content, all right? And shout out the content. Share it, all right? Hit me up for some ideas. If you want some ideas for a show, I'm going to do it. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to do it, all right? So with that being said, sis, as we say, even though this is not the Tap In podcast, we are